evening and welcome to Delta Television Main News tonight. I am Pauline Okolie. You can also follow our news online on Facebook and YouTube at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba, or visit our website at www.dbsasaba.com. The State Governor, the Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, has reaffirmed its administration's commitment to fairness, transparency and accountability in tax administration as the state prepares to host the South-South Zonal Headquarters of the Office of the Tax Ombudsman Nigeria, OTON. The governor stated this while receiving the Tax Ombudsman and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. John Nwabeze, at the Government House, Asaba, where he also commended President Bola Tinubu for establishing the office under the 2025 tax reforms. Ejime Udueme reports.
The governor described the visit as significant, noting that it underscores a shared commitment to strengthening Nigeria's tax system through fairness and transparency. He commended President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for establishing the Independent Tax Ombudsman Office under the 2025 tax reforms, describing it as a timely intervention in the nation's fiscal framework. Oborevwori stated that the role of office in protecting taxpayers' rights, resolving disputes through free mediation, and ensuring accountability in tax administration is both critical and commendable. He disclosed that the state government is aligning with the National Tax Reform Law of 2025 and is in the process of repealing the Delta State Internal Revenue Service Law of 2020, alongside plans to enact a harmonized taxes and levies law in 2026. Governor Oborevwori emphasized that fairness to citizens remains central to the new tax regime, assuring that his administration will continue to prioritize policies that enhance the welfare of the people while strengthening revenue generation. He also pledged immediate support for the Tax Ombudsman Office by providing office accommodation in the state in line with the federal government's vision for an efficient and equitable tax system. Highlighting the state's progress in governance, the governor revealed that Delta State was recently ranked among the top 10 states in Nigeria in the 2025 Governance, Accountability and Transparency Index by a reputable body of online media editors, attributing the recognition to sustained reforms and commitment to good governance.
We fully support the Office of the Tax Ombudsman mission to promote and build public confidence in our tax system. In the process of repealing the 2020 Internal Revenue Service Law, as well as enacting and their harmonized taxes and levies Law 2026 to curb multiple taxation.
Earlier, Mr. Nwabeze announced that Delta State has been designated as the zonal headquarters of the Tax Ombudsman Office for the South-South geopolitical zone, covering 6 states. He described the development as a testament to the state's growing economic and fiscal importance.
Delta State occupies a strategic position within Nigeria's economic architecture as a major industrial and commercial hub.
He expressed optimism that the partnership between the Tax Ombudsman Office and the Delta State government will foster a more efficient, transparent, and business-friendly tax environment. Ejime Udueme reporting.
Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has said his administration is implementing strategic measures to address electricity challenges through policy reforms and infrastructure development. Speaking during the inauguration of the rehabilitated Okoro Bomadi Road, Governor Oborevwori disclosed that several communities without power supply for over a decade had been reconnected to the national grid, improving living standards and boosting economic activities. He explained that the state government is extending 33 kV transmission lines, installing transformers, and rehabilitating critical electricity infrastructure in underserved areas. The governor noted that Delta State Electricity Law and the State Electricity Policy approved by the Executive Council had provided a solid framework to tackle power challenges while a consulting firm had been engaged to assess infrastructure and drive implementation of the MORE agenda in the power sector. Governor Oborevwori revealed that ongoing projects in Warri Southwest, Ndokwa East, Ndokwa West, and Kwale include transformer installations, substation upgrades, and rehabilitation of high-tension lines. He attributed the progress to supportive federal policies and commended President Bola Tinubu for creating an enabling environment, while reaffirming his administration's commitment to improving electricity supply and overall infrastructure across the states. The state governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, has reiterated his administration's commitment to strengthening healthcare education in the state in line with its MORE agenda. Governor Oborevwori stated this during the second matriculation ceremony of the College of Nursing Sciences Onichuku, an affiliate of the Federal Medical Center Asaba, held at the newly constructed 1,000 capacity auditorium donated to the institution by Honorable Ndodi Elumelu. Pere Botu has details.
The governor lauded the minority leader of the 9th House of Representatives, the Right Honorable Ndudi Elumelu, for attracting and ensuring the steady growth of the College of Nursing Sciences Onichuku, describing such as further demonstration of Honorable Elumelu's selfless service and commitment to the development and well-being of the people. The governor, represented by the Deputy Chief of Staff, Government House Asaba, Sir Christopher Osakwe, assured Deltans that his administration would address the challenges facing the college with a view to providing lasting solutions. Governor Oborevwori noted that the institution sited in Onichuku, Anyosha North, was critical for healthcare advancement and human capital development in the state. He congratulated the newly matriculated students and emphasized the nobility of the nursing profession, urging them to remain focused, disciplined, and committed to their studies.
So we encourage all other leaders in our channels to look at the gaps and encourage them to invest in this local government.
In his remarks, the Right Honorable Ndudi Elumelu commended the management, staff, and stakeholders of the college for their dedication in building a center of excellence in healthcare training. He congratulated the matriculating students, describing them as future lifesavers, and encouraged them to embrace humility, empathy, resilience, integrity, and self-confidence in their academic and professional journey.
Provost has enumerated the challenges. There are no challenges that cannot be overcome. And I believe that we'll have a governor that is a listening governor. For your sake, he has approved the rehabilitation of this road.
Chairman Anyosha North Local Government Council, Honorable Bazim Chinye, commended Right Honorable Ndudi Elumelu for his unwavering dedication to the growth of the institution, noting that his contributions have continued to attract development to the grassroots.
To the students, I want to wish you well. You know why you are here? You are here to study. Not just to study, to learn. But when you study and learn, that means after your graduation, you will go out with something meaningful. To be very useful to the society.
The acting medical director, FMC Asaba, Dr. Omo Ekene, charged the students to embrace discipline, lifelong learning, service, and dedication to humanity as guiding principles. In her welcome address, the provost of the college, Mrs. Olisa Maria Ungozi, described the matriculation as a significant milestone, marking the formal admission of the students into the noble profession of nursing and midwifery. She disclosed that the institution currently had a student population of 349, comprising 19 post-basic neonatal nurses, 283 student nurses, and 47 student midwives, noting that the growth had also brought infrastructural challenges. Goodwill messages were also delivered by the chairman of the Anyosha North Traditional Rulers Committee, Obi Ezedibwe Unke Baku III, who emphasized the importance of education, discipline, and community support in advancing healthcare delivery. An inaugural lecture on artificial intelligence in nursing was presented by Elizabeth Oyibocha, highlighting the role of emerging technologies in modern healthcare practice. The high point of the event was the administration of the matriculation oath to the students, formally admitting them into the academic and professional community of the college. I am Pere Botu reporting.
The Managing Director of Delta State Signage and Advertisement Agency, DESA, Honorable Sebastian Oko, has held a familiarization meeting with third-party practitioners and stakeholders in Asaba, aimed at repositioning the agency for improved service delivery. The meeting held at the Chike Dozien Secretariat brought together key players in the signage and advertisement sector to strengthen collaboration and introduce the new operational direction of the agency. The reports.
Honorable Okon urged stakeholders to disregard negative rumors about the new management, assuring them of transparency, inclusiveness, and professionalism, adding that the meeting was aimed at fostering collaboration and repositioning the agency for improved service delivery. It disclosed that verification of companies will soon commence to identify registered operators and eliminate illegal practitioners, adding that plans are underway to digitize the agency operations for greater efficiency and seamless service delivery.
The reason is because we really want to carry out some verification exercise to actually know if you have a due approval for the boards you have put out there. Because you truly agree with me that if you take a critical look at the state in terms of the way our board, most of our board are positioned, they are not properly. Does not meet the standard of this practice.
The DESA boss also directed stakeholders to temporarily suspend payments and operations as the agency undergoes restructuring. Some stakeholders at the meeting expressed satisfaction with this appointment, describing it as timely and voiced confidence in its ability to address existing challenges within the system.
I want the success of DESA, particularly under this management, as led by the NDC. As such, I should be able to offer candid advice, suggestions that will help the success of this management. I may not say everything deliberately, even though I have a personal relationship with the NDC.
Tessie Abuga reporting.
President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed Nigeria's strong diplomatic and historical ties with the United Kingdom during a state banquet at Windsor Castle. Addressing distinguished guests, President Tinubu described the relationship between both countries as one rooted in shared history, mutual respect, and a commitment to progress, noting that the historic venue symbolizes continuity in governance and culture. He highlighted the influence of British democratic traditions in Nigeria's political and legal systems, referencing historical milestones such as the Magna Carta and notable thinkers whose ideas have shaped governance globally. The president commended the contributions of Nigerians in the United Kingdom, particularly in healthcare and other sectors, as well as the role of diaspora figures in strengthening people-to-people connections between both nations. He expressed appreciation for the support he received during Nigeria's pro-democracy struggle and concluded by calling for a toast to a stronger partnership, as he is expected to hold talks with the UK Prime Minister Mr. Keir Starmer on deepening bilateral cooperation. The federal government has unveiled plans to transform correctional centers across the country into productive agribusiness hubs through strategic public-private partnerships as part of efforts to reposition the nation's custodial system. Minister of Interior Dr. Olubunmi Tunji Ojo disclosed this at a stakeholders roundtable in Abuja, noting that the initiative was aimed at shifting from mere incarceration to rehabilitation, skills acquisition, and economic productivity. Dr. Tunji Ojo explained that the reform would unlock the economic potential of correctional facilities by introducing modern farming techniques, agro-processing, and vocational training programs. He stressed that collaboration with the private sector was essential to provide funding, innovation, and technical expertise needed to improve infrastructure and operational efficiency, while equipping inmates with practical skills for reintegration into the society. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has raised alarm over the circulation of counterfeit cancer drugs, Avastin and Tecentriq, in Nigeria, warning that the development poses a serious threat to patients undergoing treatment for advanced cancers. NAFDAC, in a statement, disclosed that the fake products were discovered following reports from healthcare providers in Roche, Nigeria, the authorized distributor of the genuine medicines. The agency explained that Avastin was used in the treatment of brain tumors, while Tecentriq was an immunotherapy for lung, liver, and skin cancers, stressing that counterfeit versions might contain harmful substances or no active ingredients. It noted that discrepancies in packaging, batch numbers, and labeling were identified, with the fake drugs reportedly sold at lower prices, raising suspicion among medical professionals. NAFDAC had directed its officials nationwide to commence immediate mop-up operations of the affected products, while urging healthcare providers and the public to source medicines only from licensed suppliers. It warned that the use of counterfeit oncology drugs could lead to treatment failure, severe health complications, or death, and called for increased vigilance to safeguard public health. As the rainy season approaches, residents have expressed concern over flooding and called for proactive measures to prevent disasters. Henry Onogwa sampled opinions from residents on measures they believe should be put in place to mitigate the impact of heavy rainfall.
Some respondents blamed flooding on dumping of refuse in gutters, urging residents to stop the practice. They, however, commended government for ongoing drainage projects.
They should keep their environment clean. They should not throw away waste bin in the gutter so that there will not be flood in the area. They should help us and help themselves also. Others
stressed the need for regular clearing of surroundings to ensure free flow of waters, noting that blocked drainages worsen flooding. A respondent also faulted some contractors for poor execution of drainage projects, which hinders water passage.
There are two factors I'm saying that causing all those things. One, the engineer that's in charge of all this drainage. If they do it well, you can't do drainage as a tableland. It must flow in, it must have a angle of a slope. So when the water came, it can flow from up to down. But this one, everything just this will say when water that enter will not stay stagnant.
Residents further called for intensified sensitization on proper waste disposal and enforcement of environmental laws.
People are ignorant of general cleanliness. They will sweep from their shop, they will sweep from their house and then dump it in the gutter. And whereas the gutter is meant for wastewaters, I advise the government to put a public awareness to people so that they will not throw their debts, refuse inside the gutter again.
They emphasize that beyond government efforts, individual responsibility and community actions are key to tackling flooding. Henry Onogwa reporting.
You're watching Data Television Main News at 8. Still to come, Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda de-escalate tensions amid stalled peace process. Please stay with us. We'll be back.
Oh. governor who is managing the resources of the state very, very prudently. When we say that governance will not cease because we are in what you may call pre-election year, you could see that the governor is walking the talk. He's looking ahead by delivering projects that touches the life of the people. We are doing this supervision and tour of these projects because the governor has made it clear that if you fall short of the provisions in the Bill of Engineering Measurement and Evaluation, we will blacklist you. And we are seeing much more quality work coming in. We're also seeing greater speed.
For this small thing, you never hear say on top smart cash, you don't go pay any shishi. Do am now, my pikin do am for me sharp. If true say smart cash no charge you, see you under your nose.
Make something do it. No matter the transaction, smart cash no go charge you shishi. Whether na airtime or na data you buy, or you want pay for your light or na cable bill, na zero charges for smart cash. This one no be cho. Work is day. Make yourself download Smart Cash app or dial *939# sharp.
Welcome back. You're watching Delta Television Main News. And from the foreign scene, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda have agreed to take concrete steps to ease tensions amid a stalled peace process after talks hosted by the United States in Washington. Conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has continued despite the two countries signing a peace deal with U.S. President Donald Trump last year. The pledge to ease tensions comes after the U.S. earlier this month sanctioned the Rwandan Defense Forces and 4 senior officials and accused Rwanda of directly supporting the M23 rebel group, blaming it for escalating the conflict. A joint statement by Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and the U.S. says they have agreed to a series of coordinated steps to de-escalate tensions and advance progress on the ground. Still on the foreign scene, Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum has invited King Felipe VI of Spain to the FIFA World Cup, signaling a thawing of relations between the two nations. President Sheinbaum wrote that the sporting event, being hosted jointly by Mexico with the U.S. and Canada, would provide a timely opportunity to evoke the depth and unique character of the ties between Mexico and Spain. News of the invitation comes after the monarch acknowledged there had been a lot of abuse during the Spanish conquest of the territory that would become Mexico. Spain's colonization of the Americas has become a thorny issue in recent years. President Sheinbaum's predecessor, and Manuel López Obrador, had demanded in 2019 that Spain apologize for human rights violation during its conquest. Spanish conquistadors killed thousands through fighting and disease as they dismantled the Aztec Empire. Away from the foreign scene and back home, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has commiserated with the Akpoveta family over the passing of their matriarch, Mrs. Inedi Samuel Eyakidoho Akpoveta, mother of the Director General of the State Contributory Health Commission, Dr. Isaac Akpoveta, at the age of 117. The governor, represented by senior political advisor Chief Emmanuel Agwara-Odo, at the funeral service held at St. Benedict's Catholic Church, Ofoma, Ughelli North Local Government Area, described the deceased as a woman who lived a fulfilled and impactful life. Eunice Emeazia reports.
Every year, sacrifice away from our lives through Christ.
Governor Borewori urged the family to take solace in the fact that the deceased lived a long and meaningful life and left behind a legacy of service to her family and community.
Dr. Aizika mother was a virtuous woman. So we are all happy for a life that was respect. Mama's life is an example to everybody.
In a sermon, the officiating priest, Reverend Father Gregory Aranigu, called on Christians to acknowledge God's role in their lives and dedicate their time and resources to the service and the good of humanity. Her body was later interred at her family compound at Ufoma. Reflecting on her life, Dr. Aizika Boveta thanked God for granting his mother longevity and good health, adding that her legacy of compassion and unity would remain memorable.
He made my father to live longer. Therefore, I vow to support God to make her live longer. And of course, she lived the longest for the family. So I'm glad today, and I'm also sad today. I've lost the historical encyclopedia of the entire family. We are happy that he left a legacy that we need to emulate. She never suffered. She never lacked anything. God made sure that we, the children, were competent enough to look after her. And God did not give her illness that was troubling to her. So Mama lived well.
At a reception held at Ufoma Secondary School, guests including Honorable Ferguson Onwo of the State House of Assembly, Chairman of the Board of the Contributory Health Commission, Dr. Austin Obidi, former Director General of the Commission, Dr. Ben Nkechika, and Executive Director of Project, the SOPADEC, Olorogun Ebenezer Okorodudu, described the deceased as a woman whose life was worthy of emulation and urged families to care for their parents.
Can we do as well as Mama? It's food for thought. And that will be an example for all of us to live a good life. Mama, who we are celebrating today because it's a celebration of life.
A vigil mass was earlier held at the St. Benedict Catholic Church of Foma, where the parish priest enjoined Christians to reflect soberly on their lifestyle and stay prepared for the coming of the Lord. At a Thanksgiving Mass at St. Benedict Catholic Church Ufoma, the Akpoveta family thanked all who stood by them during the period and thanked God for the successful burial rites. A dedicated member of the Catholic Church, the late Mrs. Akpoveta's feat in trading, farming, and philanthropy, earned her the nickname Oyeremo and Onirabeji, meaning mother to all. She was the head of the women community in Ofoma and was installed as the Okpakwemete of Ofoma community in the year 2023, where she reigned 2 years before her death. She died at the age of 117. Eunice Emeazia reporting.
Thought for the day. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. We'll take a look at the highlights. The state governor, the Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to fairness, transparency, and accountability in tax administration as the state prepares to host the South-South Zonal Headquarters of the Office of the Tax Ombudsman Nigeria. The state governor, Right Honorable Oborevwori, has reiterated his administration's commitment to strengthen healthcare education in the state in line with its more agenda Governor Oberewoli stated this during the second matriculation ceremony of the College of Nursing Sciences on Ichuku. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed Nigeria's strong diplomatic and historical ties with the United Kingdom during a state banquet in Windsor Castle. And abroad, Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, they escalate tensions amid stalled peace process. And that's our news. You can also follow us online on Facebook and YouTube at Delta Broadcasting Service Asaba, or visit our website at www.dbsasaba.com. Thank you very much for watching. I am Pauline Okoli. Good night.